think he deals enough damage, so he's just gone.
And he did it very, very well.
Death is the strongest CC.
It's true. If you're dead, you can't do anything about that. But Etena, of course, ran out of iframes there. Sanctum doesn't actually help you against Bombard because it's AoE. And Bombard does so much damage. People always forget how strong this skill is. Deals bonus damage against poison foes, and it poisons by itself. So after the first
Bears is going to lead with Aikini, I think, because those are the people who are most likely to come out. You know, there is arguably, for bad intentions, they could lead with Destroyer.
They could.
It is entirely possible. Destroyer has a lot of HP, a lot of ways to kind of burn out cooldowns, you know, having 2 tab escapes, and of course the Ember Stomp, a lot of ways to kind of save themselves from that. But, you know, it's really anybody's guess.
I feel it's unlikely for the Destroyer.
Yeah, I feel like it's usually it gets thrown to the Sin or the Warlock. Those are the two a lot of people like to go for.
It's mostly because the Destroyer has the main party saved, and you know, risking losing them out early is probably not a great idea.
You always want to try to keep the iron plating as much as possible because it's pretty much the most crucial save. The thing is, with the assassin save as well, it's not the best. I would say it's all right. It can get the job done. It exists. It can get the job done, but it doesn't always work out how you would like it. Unlike the iron plating, it sits there for so long, and you get the buff, and then you can get out of it, you know, anytime. And you get to time it when you want to leave too, which is the other really big thing. You know, your opponent has to predict when you're out of it. Whereas you're moving out the other one, you can easily follow you up sometimes. But it looks like right here we're going to be leading with Aikini versus Tenna. We're going to have a Warlock Mirror to start us all off here. So right now we see the Tetherblade missing out, and the return Tetherblade from Aikini does force the Tab Escape. The Imprison does get the land, and the Void Walk is already burning the Imprison. And this is right on into the Bastion, unfortunately, there. For Tenna, as the Sanctum does come on down, and they're going to try to deal a lot of damage here as the Poison Breath does come on down into the blue buff, and right here Mr. B coming back in for the save with that red spin, and Aikini is blue buffed out. You see Time Distortions going off, and the Sanctum is still down over there off to the side there. And now both Time Distortions, all time has been taken away. You do see the Voidlock is still available for Aikini, and Bastion's getting burnt out for both sides, but honestly, it's pretty even for the most part, except a slight HP deficit we just got right there. And the aerial turn, aerial right there.
Oh no,
Titanic dropping so low, down to 8% HP, dropped so low.
Not like this.
Tab Escape already burned out here by Mr. B as well. Tab Escape still available for Aikini though, and he is able to still get saved by Sunshower if they wanted to. But instead they're going to just go ahead, drop him on in. Tenna, super low. He comes in for an assist, they turn the target into him, he's going to eat a lot of damage, and the Crab is still going to keep him held here. You know, the party decoy is not going to be able to knock him out of it, which is really bad. For the most part, but you know, Sunshower framing out right there with the Maelstrom as well, not trying to go with the Stone Shield, not going to quite do the connection, but the anti-wall coming on in as well, Aikini getting a lot of damage, and Tenna gets burnt out here by the Dragon Helix as well, which is really big to be watching out here for him. Mr. B having to pop the blue buff right here, and we see the Phantom Grip is going to be coming back up real soon for Sunshower as well. The Ram missing, the knee missing, Tenna already down, Warlock missing. This is so big, and the Bears is going to be able to walk all over the opponent's team after Sunshower is going to have to do a swap. There he does see iframe out the Phantom Grip as well, but being in this 2v3 situation, especially down, no tab escapes, nothing. He's going to get caught out, and Ryuki is going to have to save his ally here if he gets caught out here. See iframe's not going to be able to tech chase all too well there, but Ryuki does get swapped in eventually, and now they have the tab escapes back up on the board, but once again, Time Distortion is still available. Aikini back in, and he is ready to take this win.
Close shape being acting a bit weird now, but Ryuki having to use his stealth out of there. He does have his flower down, getting to the swap, Spinal Tap, getting some good damage on. Full lightning build this time around. Wants to get as much damage onto the thrall as possible, should the opportunity arise. But now, Time Distortion coming out, getting good damage with the Poison Breath as well. Having Lightning Stride away, and Shunpo creating as much distance as he can. Using the flower out of CC, he'll have that a bit sooner, but now he's out of an escape completely. Spinal Tap hitting directly into the Bastion, no luck there. The leech into the Tether Blade. He's going to launch him, but the party save is there from Mr. B. The iron plating very, very timely. That could have been disastrous. Now the Spinal Tap as well onto Aikini. The close shave.
Ooh, the untappable!
Look, no!
Oh, it's definitely nice.
Oh god, he's actually gone down to the lightning draw just before Sunshower disappears. Now Mr. B in an impossible situation. This is looking so bleak.
He's 1 versus 3. Is he out for the count?
I wouldn't count him out just yet. He's been known to do more ridiculous things in the past. Now into the ram, into the Ember Stomp. Aikini, no escapes on him. Mr. B. But it's such an unfavorable matchup. You can't really avoid the damage, and now the Assassin as well with the Bombard. As you say, he might just opt for raw damage. No need to even risk it, but there's the Persistence buying himself some time, but this is so
yeah, he's just eating all the chip down. He's going to get eaten away right here. We see Aikini come on in, dealing as much damage as possible. You know, we saw the blue buff coming out at the end. You break it with a repulse, the action is gone. You just deal all the rest of the raw damage, and it looks like Guardian is going to take the charge for North America.
Come on, lads. Step it up a bit. This is not great.
You know, of course, there's more games to come.
There are
we have
more
a lot
games.
more,
there
so bad intentions can still come back. You know, that's the really big thing. A lot really coming on down here, but Guardian really, they're showing their domination.
They certainly are.
They're very well practiced. I think that's the way to really put them. They're showing, you know, this is why they went to Worlds. You know, they went there last year. They did really well, and they played phenomenally for the most part. And, you know, I think a lot of it has to go credited. Sunshower, I think, was kind of the MVP in that game. You know, we saw a lot of offensive assists coming out of him, because usually, you know, Blade Dancer, oh, he's just going to come in and use the Maelstrom to save his allies. But no, instead, we saw the Untowels coming in, dealing huge chunks of damage, especially to Tenna. You know, he dropped to what, like 8% HP, and then got finished. Please, everyone get 1 point. Like, we're going to be getting ready and lined up for an interview, and on the stage here we have Aikini with our lovely host Hank. So let's go ahead and throw it on over to them and see what Aikini thinks about how they dominated right here for this win.
I have Aikini, the Warlock of Guardian. Awesome American NA team. You have, you know, at this point officially, you have beaten both EU teams. Tell me, how does that feel right now?
All right, I mean, I feel like we're on a roll, and you know, it's gonna keep getting even better. Today's just like kind of practice to feel the both teams out, and tomorrow will be, they'll know how our teamwork really is.
And you have the prelude of just Guardian's work. Now, every 3v3 so far, it's been a little bit noticeable. You always seem to take out the Warlock. What do you think that says? What is your strategy? Give me some insight about how does that work on Guardian's side?
All right, so our strategy is gonna be like, we're waiting for Warlocks to use all the iframes, and then we're calling Nathan in to use blue buff and just basically go ham on them. And this usually forces out a defensive interfere. So for that, I'm the one that's usually taking part on that, trying to stop them so that our damage comes through. And this is how we win.
Thank you. Thank you for that insight. Hopefully, EU doesn't hear how you do that, so they can't use that against you. But there you have it. Aikini from Guardians. We'll get back to you after this break.
이제 출발해요. 죽어도 내 거역할 수 없다. 왜 아무리 할 수 없다. 너희들 실력이 많이 늘었구나. 괜찮으세요? 그럼 이제 거의 다 왔어요. 여기가 바로 성소입니다. 그럼 주변을 살펴보고 올게요. 이제 좀 자, 그럼 모두 이쪽으로 가자. 태연아, 우리도 가자. 무사했군. 천명궁에 일이 벌어졌다는 서신 받았네. 너 자네 부탁대로 이 승하는 의아하군.
류 오빠는 언제 오는 거지? 금방 온댔으니까 조금만 기다려보자. 류 오빠! 류 오빠?
네 말 맞다나 참으로 어리석은 아이들이로구나.
말도 안 돼. 류 오빠 아니지? 아니지? 번아야! 너 이게 무슨 짓이야?
제자의 목숨이 아깝지 않은 모양이군요. 사부님. 이제야 슬슬 효과가 나타나는 것 같네요. 끌고 가라.
사부님, 정신 차리세요, 사부님.
I wish Guardian good luck. The 6 they do better this time. So for generic name, Zach has just re-rolled the Warlock and he's pretty bad at it. So I'm gonna have to say good luck because they're gonna need it.
All right, and here we are. Finally, we get to see the ball cutes once again in Pieb. Hopefully, going to shine a bit more brighter this time around.
Indeed, I certainly hope so. He's my homeboy. For all of you that don't know, he's also from T-Land, so
Hashtag no bias.
no bias, not at all, not even a little. But certainly this time around, I do hope that he is able to maintain a more stable lead, not get thrust into these very unfortunate scenarios.
Yeah.
And of course, we didn't quite get to see the whole match, but I anticipate that Areas probably overstayed his welcome a little bit.
Yeah, that
was punished quite.
That's a really big thing. So hopefully this time around, Areas maybe plays a little bit more safe. I would say, it's always as dangerous as, we heard the strategy from Guardian as well. We could see that being brought out here. It's a really big thing, to kind of keep in mind is, you want to keep everyone alive as long as possible. It's a really big thing, even at the end, if you lose someone, it can honestly be switched around if you've been using your swaps and your assists all correctly. So it's a lot of, to really be keeping track of, and I think here, it's important that they do it as they have the rookie coming on in, all the other players, have been around in the tournament scene a lot more frequently, I would say, for the most part. So there's a lot to really kind of go on his shoulders. And honestly, for the most part, though, I thought he was playing fairly well.
He was playing fairly well. He certainly held out for as long as he possibly could, given the circumstances. It was, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Being in that situation, although he's already been in that situation before, it was hard fought. It was always an uphill battle. Being the solo member remaining in the team is always so much pressure, and it's not a great feeling for anybody. Really, like, the person who's still alive has to continue, doing all of that, and the people who are dead feel bad for leaving their teammate alone.
Yes. A really long time, whereas the Warlock is a bit for his teammates so that they can get that innate advantage.
It's a very good, very nice of him to do that.
A really long time, whereas the Warlock is a bit team player.
Be very malleable
for his teammates so that they can get.
They say, okay, we need this. He's like, yes, I can do that. I can provide that.
Yeah.
Of course, now this will finally be the match where Piep might be able to go up against Zach.
We could possibly see that.
Either on the Summoner or the Warlock. Either way, his trash talk, I hope, isn't completely, unwarranted. Well, we'll have to see.
Let's bring it out. Come on. We got to see the action. We want results.
We do want results.
We want results. That's the really big thing to be watching out here for what it looks like. Our first 1 versus 1 is starting to get lined up, so we'll be jumping into the game in just a brief moment, and here we go. Who's getting thrown on into the fire? It's going to be Piep versus Duckball.
I know he doesn't like this matchup all that much. We'll have to see how it goes. But he does get the opener with the Soaring Falcon. And trying to... Okay, he gets the days with the dual strike and the knockdown as well. Trying to play around him, trying to get some good ground game. There's a fancy grab. Maybe looking to force out an escape from Duckballs, but he's being very patient. He's going to drop it. There's the stun. Ooh, very fancy backstep into that Sunder into a launch. Now very good damage. Lightning Draw as well, and he catches the roll. So much damage. Very safe damage. He is just controlling the pace of this match beautifully. Phantom Grab should be up soon, so he might be able to get Duckballs out of that enemy again. Oh, but he avoids it with the ram!
Very nice ram.
Very nicely timed that one. Now launching up into the air, stunning him, trying to get some good damage. Piep holding on, avoids the flock of blades with the backstep. Piep now not going to have a grab escape again. The dual strike misses the tech chase actually. Very bad that one. Now Soaring Falcon does land, but not able to knock down because of the red spin. Now all about the opposite ends.
Most definitely, they're waiting out, buying some time for some cooldowns. He does get the launch with the aerial as well. Lightning Draw is going to be able to deal a fair amount, but he ran out of chi.
Oh,
that's so unfortunate. He's not able to finish off the aerial right there, but he does manage to connect the Phantom Grip, but Persistence is still up and available for Duck, and one catch could be really big here for him. He does still have potential to turn it around, but we're going to see how he does decide to go for it. He goes for the blue buff immediately as well. Does not get the upper, unfortunately, for him, but he's going to just be walking away with him. He gets the drag right there to get him pulled back. He knocks him up into the air. We'll see who's going to go. He gets the stone shield, gets the knee as well to stack the CC, so he cannot roll back, and he gets the clean as well, and Duckballs taking the charge right here, getting the first point.
So much trash talk, and
it's only banter.
Yeah, well, banter.
Until you get into the match.
Banter's good.
That's where it means something.
Results also are better, by the way.
Yes.
Very unfortunate there. He had complete control of that match, but at the point where he actually missed the tech straight twice towards the end there, and Duckballs was able to. He was looking to ground game Duckballs as best as he could, because you can't actually use the Destroyer blue buff from a knockdown. And Blade
really
Dancer has a lot of knockdowns, so if he managed to do it correctly, Duckballs would have died for sure there. But he missed, and Duckballs thought, okay, I need to pump it right now.
That's the really hard part. Is so with Duckballs though, you say about keeping him on the ground. if he saves his ground counter, if he's conservative with it, it puts you in kind of a weird situation, right? Because you usually, if you end up going for it and he's saving it, he wants to save it for the lightning draw. That's the really big thing, because he knows if he saves it for the lightning draw, he can just get hit by the RB stun and then you pop his persistence, which is the nice thing. So you kind of have to be a little bit more wary, and it's about what options are they using, when are they going to use them, and you could end up hitting into it, randomly, and then it turns the whole game around. We saw right there though, keeping calm, composed, and ended up letting Duck Balls, come out on top, even though I thought he was pretty far behind.
He was definitely behind quite some time there, but he did manage to turn it around. And now into the next match, Zappix versus Virus. Very interesting Kung Fu Master versus Assassin matchup. He does manage to pop the Frost Sheep, doesn't get the Bolt Strike, and missing the Gale Fist. Ooh, instantly responding and getting a Close Shave as well. The Lightning Draw, lots of damage with Bombard, forcing out the Tab Escape, and now Zappix, unfortunately, he does get
but he gets the flower. He gets the flower.
Oh, the flower
Not
is
again.
down, the Firestorm Kick is there, the Flying Slam is also there. Virus actually animation locking himself there, having to take that one. There is the flower used. No skips on either party now. We will have to see how it goes. Virus knowing that he needs to run away. There's the flurry instantly into the wonderful tech chase. Tremor is available, but he's opting out for the Comet Strike. He's going to go for the Tremor immediately after this, perhaps. No, he pops the Searing Palm instead. But he drops the combo. That might actually have been too risky, but he catches him with the Gale Fist again out of stealth. Oh no. Stop dropping your combos, man.
Right there we see the Avenging Fist for the iframe.
He catches him again!
Right here.
What is this, man?
His Gale Fist is connecting left and right, and he's not going to be able to get that aerial this time around. He avoids out the Rising Dragon, but the Ice Mine not going to get the connection. Once again, but the evasion will keep him safe. He's down to 4% HP, 5% with a little bit of healing off of the Poison Breath as well. The Ice does come on. Donnie essences away, trying to finish him off, and he gets the punch on him. There we go. So Virus is going to get dropped on down, and it brings us to a 1-1.
So again, no third 1 versus 1. The 3 versus 3 will be the deciding factor.
Yep.
Legendary Kung Fu Master. Yeah, get in it. He's so wonderful, and he loves this matchup personally as well. I think he, especially with those Gale Fists, there's a bit of a funny joke as well, where when he talked to other Kung Fu Masters as well, and he used them, and some from NA as well, and they said, the matchup's quite hard. Gale Fist is a bit hard to land, and he's like, it's 4 meters wide. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's huge.
but it still does require some amount of timing to land it correctly. And to land
costs a lot of chi as well.
Yes, it does cost 3
If you
chi
miss
as well.
it could be very big.
But he was just on it so.
대엽이 어떻게 여기에? 설마 대엽도 당신을 천명 아니
저자는 누군가 제자들을 구하기 위해서 나머지 감옥을 수색해 보세요.
어서 이곳을 빠져나가요.
Last time with it, because I believe for the side of generic name, they ended up having Virus drop out really early, and then even on the side of bulk Q, Areas dropped out really early, so it's going to be really who's going to be able to keep it all together and who's going to stay more composed.
It does look like Areas will be leading the charge for Bulk FC and Virus for generic name. Areas hates this matchup so much, we'll have to see how he does it, but he's already forced to use his escape there. He does love Void Walk, and he walks away from the Ice Mine with the Bastion and Toad. Sanctum now as well. He might be looking to do some fairly decent damage. The leech is there into the Azazel Aerial. Thankfully, Douglas comes in with the Iron Plating to save his teammate and also knock Areas out of the Sanctum. Now, the Imprison is there, stealth forced out, and now Zach comes in on his Warlock. And the blue buff on Areas is actually going to help him a little bit, but not too much, because now Areas is launched as well, but the Maelstrom coming in from Pierre, but very timely assist there. And now Zach looking to be in this, rather interesting. Oh, he actually does open him up with the stun there, and the Time Warp comes in as well, but Zach actually a bit wide from there.
Zap is taking so much damage!
Oh no! Immediately forced to tag out as well, and now Pierre trying to reset the situation as best he can.
All right, really nice offensive play there by Zach, and with the assist from Virus as well to just deal really big chunks onto both opponents, actually. For the most part, we see the leech coming on and just trying to deal as much damage as possible, but the Phantom Grip, of course, is going to keep him back and held. But now Duck Ball's coming on in. He wants to buy a little more time, reset maybe a bit of the pace that's been going on. He's not going to be able to get Phantom Gripped off that stomp as it is down temporarily. You know, waiting back, buying time, and you know, we saw this before, you know, in previous tournaments. Duck, he stays at the wall. He doesn't usually like to back out all too far because he knows they don't want to be wallbang.
He forces you to play his game,
yes,
whether
exactly.
you want to or not. And now Kiev trying to open him up a bit. Ram used a bit fruitlessly, and once again, both players to the walls.
Respective areas, pops the persistence. He's just trying to get some chi back, I would say, and be a little bit more strong in the neutral game here, as BD is awfully scared with all those iframes. But of course, now Aria is being dropped back in as the Warlock, getting knocked back by the red spin. Body swap will get the connection as Virus is going to get dropped on in here, and the leech the the cheese smoke, and right there in the frozen casing.
That's unfortunate. And now Virus is going to get a good setup onto Arias here. Gets the very, very perfectly timed spinal tap. Arias out of it as escape. He needs to get out of there as quickly as possible. Don't risk it, mate. Oh, but the stun from the throw launches Virus into the air. Duck balls again. He's just on it with these saves. He knows what he needs to do.
Oh, yeah,
but now Virus actually had a pretty strong advantage, even more so with the time distortion coming in. Arias does still have his second wind available, but not his void walk.
Ooh, very nice swap. Block.
Now into the webbing. The setup game begins.
Oh yes, it does, and we saw it with the cheese smoke too. Another big thing to highlight is that Virus healed a lot of HP with the time.
다들 무사한가?
Actually, in quite a disadvantage in terms of health, and given how much burst the Destroyer has, very, very bad situation to find himself in. Of course, now great opening. Zapish can get a very, very good one. Maybe he'll get a random flying slam. Highly unlikely, but you never know.
Possible.
Interesting to note that Arias does still have all of his assists in, but no more tag ins, no more tag outs rather. And if he gets caught again, we wouldn't want to see a repeat of last match, or I say repeat, I say C metaphorically because everything sort of went down for a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course I do. What do you think they do here? Like, what do they say? They're just like, just watch them, just sit there, admire the view. Look at the background.
Yeah, the background.
There's honestly more going on back there right now than in the arena.
Oh, this staring match is getting really intense. Duckball's actually coming away from the wall. Finally, we're getting some action there. The leg sweep onto Duckballs and the Comet Strike. We waited so long, he actually got his blue buff back again.
Yeah.
And the Ember Stomp
is there.
Grabbed out of his counter, actually. Zapish perhaps in a bit of a bad spot, but Emir Frost is there, safe from the grab.
Ooh, gets the stun with the shield, though. That is really big, and he catches up against the wall as he tries to come in for the assist, and Zapish trying to come in on the save, but gets dropped out right on the immediate assist, gets the immediate catch, and we see the axe throw. He can turn his body, throw it to the wall, immediate red spin. Piev tried to come in for the offensive save, and then right there, it didn't do much. He got caught out himself trying to help his ally, and that's really big because Arias now, he's stuck in and has 3 assists.
Mistakes were made, and he just took quite a bit of damage from the start of that ultimate. Oh dear, Zach forcing out his time distortion, and now Arias trying to just buy some time, stay far away. Both Warlocks have both their escapes. There's the Tether Blade onto Zach, forcing his second win.
But Duck Balls can always save.
That is true, and Virus is also still available. Zapish does have 2 assists, but as we said, you need to be very aggressive with the Counter Master assist. The defensive isn't very that useful. Arias now forced to use his second win. In comes Duck Balls, using his ultimate
as well.
He's actually getting quite a bit of damage on Arias, but that Thrall just went down. No Void Walk on him, but he did manage to reset his second win beforehand. And now he has to use it, and he's up against the wall, not again!
You cannot back off
Arias, come
what
on,
are you
man.
doing, my man?
Oh, no!
The ultimate coming out from Virus as well to deal a lot of damage, and Zapish left all by his lonesome.
Duck Balls in stealth, actually.
Oh, quite big.
Ugh.
But yeah, as we can see here though, so Duckballs isn't able to swap out, but Arias of course can't swap
There's
to
the
anyone. There's
flying
no one else
slam.
there. But the big thing is here is that Zach can still come in and reset Duckballs cooldowns, even if he isn't dangerous.
Oh, and he's on the wrong
Sometimes
spec actually. He's using
longer.
fire. Oh, this is the worst
He's built for
possible
damage.
situation.
All right, well, Duckballs is playing really patient and calm. He knows they've kind of got this in the bag. As long as he's not going too hasty, they can be as slow as they possibly want. But the tremor up into the aerial as well. We see Zappish coming on in.
He actually takes
But
Duckballs
the
down.
Leech actually takes him out, and he gets grabbed out by the Close Shave as well, getting dropped really low. And we see him dealing lots of damage as Virus is trying to get this second win as fast as possible. Now it's getting dropped on out, and Virus still 2 escapes avail, and Zappish down to 30% HP. This is really big. The ultimate coming on in as Virus is trying to buy as much time as he can with these iframes. It's not going to be dealing all this damage. Virus is still sitting at 60% HP. Tapscape still available as well. Just one more CC, and it could very well just end up meaning the game. Zach trying to come on in and do something to get the catches.
He's holding on
so many
so
iframes. We see the
well.
time distortion coming on out as
There's the
well.
flying slam
To come
he
on
wanted
back.
to swap, but he
Zappish holding on for dear life with the PvE tremors. Wiping
no,
up the
he's
poison
so
coming out. He
close.
gets finished
So
off by the poison
close
breath
to the
into the
second
lightning
win again.
stride. And NA takes it on back, gripping ahead with 2 points.
Oh, that's
1 point for them.
so unfortunate. Zappish still showing his legendary status there, holding on as
He's playing
much as he
really
could.
well even when he's behind.
With a
That's
wrong spec as well.
Yes, yes.
He took out Duckballs in spectacular fashion. Animation cancelling, his blue buff with the flurry, just instantly into the air, so much damage.
Something to highlight right there at the end. So we saw the blue buff into the aerial, right? When we saw Zach try to come in and get the save. But unfortunately, if for people who don't know at home, KFM can actually strafe out of their aerials. Unlike a lot of classes, you can't really catch them out of it. So that's something kind of interesting. So he launches them up and then strafes it off. And you're like, I'm immune for 1.5 seconds. My strafe's broken. It's strong.
It is very,
Maybe not
very
broken,
good.
but of course it's very strong. You know, things like that. But that was really impressive by them. But then, of course, you know, Zach coming on in, he's forcing the escapes. He's by himself. 1 versus 3. What are you going to do? You know, the thing is, he got the return kill, which was nice. But then, of course, in the 1v2 situation, it's still very grim, especially when your tab escape gets forced and then the assassin gets reset. All those cooldowns back and they're low. So really big aggression coming out here from Generic Name. But we're going to go ahead and throw it away to Hank to see why their aggressive plays made them win here today.
아니, 자네는 도대체 이게 무슨 무리한 짓인가?
무례함을 용서하십시오.
Thank you, Gummy, for the intro. And here I have Zach, leader of Generic Name 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have just secured your very first victory against an EU team. Tell me, how did that feel?
I mean, it feels pretty good. Coming in, we felt like we were one of the weaker teams since I was re-rolling, but I guess today it showed that.
운국의 법을 어기고 타로까지 헛소리 집어치우고 지금.
장군님, 이자의 말은 모두 사실입니다. 제가 증명해 보이겠습니다.
증명? 좋다. 어떻게 증명할 텐가? 만약 합당한 것으로 증명하지 못할 시 자네 또한 처벌을 면치 못할 것이다. 자네는 또 뭔가? 느닷없이 탈옥수의 외지인까지 합세하다니.
제가 바로 운항국의 천인의 피를 이어받은 마지막 섭씨 가문의 공주입니다.
그게 지금 가당키나 한 말이냐? 좋다. 그럼 지금 바로 증명해 보여라. 네가 진정 천인의 피를 지닌 자라면 이것이 무엇인 줄도 알 터. 자, 받아라. 진짜 천인이라면 증명할 수 있겠지. 거짓은 아니었나 보군. 어찌 이런 일이. 하나. 저 좋다. 내 말을 명심하라.
그녀는 운국을 통치해서는 안 될 위험한 인물입니다. 그자의 정체가 인간이 아닌 마족이라는 사실을 알고 있습니까?
마족? 당장 그 말을 거두시오. 설령 그 말이 사실이라 한들 그것을 모두 앞에서 어찌 증명할 수 있겠소? 더 이상은 내가 들을 말도 해줄 말도 없는 듯하다. 따라오너라. 내 직접 너를 데리고 강령전으로 가 모든 이야기의 진위를 밝혀야겠다. 자네는 일단 이 처자와 함께 이곳에서 기다리고 있거라.
조심하세요.
서둘러 강령전으로 가세. 내성으로 가기 전 하나야. 하나 조금이라도 죽지 말고 잘 숙지하게.
장군님, 이 시간에 어쩐 일이십니까?
수고가 많네. 경비대장에게 급히 전할 말이 있어 왔네.
그러시면 경비병을 보내시지 수고스럽게.
중요한 사항이라 직접 왔네. 자, 일단 문을 열어주게.
장군, 외람된 말씀이오나 저자의 출입은 좀...
걱정 말게. 이자의 신원은 내가 보증하지.
그렇지만 직접 확인하지 않으면...
뭐하고 서 있는 겐가? 시간이 없디도.
네.
아직 안심하긴 이르네. 이제부터가 진짜 어쩌면
장군, 이 시간에 어쩐 일이십니까?
급히 황자님을 배워야 할 용무가 있어 왔네.
저자와 함께 말입니까? 하나 장군, 신원이 불분명한 자를 드릴 수는 없습니다.
왜 모르겠나? 허나 이자라면 걱정 말게. 군사협정 체결을 위해 내가 직접 초청한 손님이네.
잠시, 그렇다면 몇 가지만 확인토록 하겠습니다. 잠시, 실례하겠습니다. 장군님의 양해를 부탁드립니다. 장군, 아무래도 저자의 출입은 어려울 것 같습니다.
이복에 더는 지체할 수 없네. 말하지 않았나? 그래서 내가 직접 동행하지 않았나? 저자의 신원 보증을 위해. 천명제와 관련된 민감한 일일세. 그러니 나를 믿고 길을 터주게.
정 그러시면 만약의 사태를 대비해 저도 동행하겠습니다. 아니, 이게 무슨 일인가?
대장님, 내성 청룡교가 지금
무슨 일인지 진정하고 말해.
나란 일 한다는 사람이면 입이 무거워야 하는 법이지.
감히 겁도 없이.
가엾게도 모두 죽을 목숨이구나.
도대체 이게 무슨 일이란 말인가? 흑룡교가 왜? 당장 내성으로 가 상황 파악을 해야겠다. 경비대장, 당장 근위대를 집결시키고 비상경계 태세를 갖추어라.
네, 알겠습니다.
이런 괴국 최악의 경우 서두르게. 내성을 지켜야 할 병사들이 모두 싸늘한 죽음이라니. 이걸 보게 시체들이 온통 탁기에 감염되어 있네. 이 불길한 기운은 뭐란 말인가? 조심하라. 치밀한 놈들, 말끔하게 흔적을 없앴군.
새 아이템을 습득하였습니다.
금일 밤 화를 드리는
무슨 수작인 것이냐? 역시 예상했던 이럴 것이야. 서통명령을 달려가지 확실해. 불길한 예감이 드는군. 이번 사건에 대해
Plays Kung Fu Master occasionally. He does a few streams of it. He knows how the class plays. He is just kind of committed to the meme. So you know.
He was in it.
Aight, dude.
All right, so there it is, though. Bad Intentions gets the first point on the board, but now they're gonna be.
너희놈들 무슨 수작인 것이냐? 밤강아지가 범 무서운 줄 모르고 덤비는구나.
Even the idea makes him sick. He finds the very class just vile in
Most
general.
definitely. So right here we do have lined up still, so that means we still have available with Tenna and Mr. B instead of Bad Intentions that can come up for the 1 versus 1, and on the other side we obviously have Pieb and Zappish. And last time around they did put in Zappish, which was pretty nice, and he actually did win his game. So maybe they're gonna kind of throw to that confidence when he's coming in here. And it looks like Zappish is going to be coming up, and he's going to be up against Mr. B. So we're going to see how this is going to be playing out. I would say a bit of the time for the engage for the Destroyer could be a bit rough. The camera's going way up. Sky cam, here we come. We do see the floor coming in, and he does get the Dave up into the aerial as well. Mr. B now just waiting out, biding his time, and still having both escapes available. Tab escape is going to get burned. Avenging Fist to avoid a little bit, but the Ram does get the connection here as well. Mr. B is dealing a lot of damage inside of this combo. And Zappish being really patient here, does burn the ice, and it does not want to be thrown onto the Mighty Cleave over here on the ground. And Zappish now playing back style, Tab escape available, red spin, burning out here for the side of Mr. B, but Zappish just dancing around it, is getting his iframes off and goes for the flying slam as well. Knocking the opponent right up into the air. If he can keep him grounded, his persistence is not going to be doing all too much, but that Tab escape is coming back rather soon, I would say. Assuming Zappish realize that the grab will keep him held, as the Emit Frost is not yet available here for them, but he gets knocked to the floor by the Searing Palm and actually ends up dropping it out here. And so now Zappish safe to roam around once again, and all he needs to burn out here is this second win. The really big thing, gets the Z-pull into the Iron Shoulder as well. Keeping him grounded, gets the Steering Palm off, up into the area. Mr. B just sitting up here, and he's just stuck for so long. Gets launched once again, and he's really trying to keep this gust to keep himself safe here with the Tab escape, but the Daze is just going to force it out. And now Mr. B really needs to get that engage here that he's been kind of lacking on. Not really any large combo chains for the most part in this match, but the axe sweep coming on down, not going to be able to continue. No, he hits the parry! That's so unfortunate, especially when he's standing right on top of the Amber Stuff. He's eating so much free damage as he goes for the Tab escape.
He has to use
see if he can get in, gets the leg sweep as well, but no way to follow up, unfortunately, there from him. Rising Dragon to the triple kick
that was
as well.
So well played!
Iframe right off as well, not buying time at both sides. Backed off, and Mid-Frost available. Mr. B is not able to get that grab, but he does have the iframe under the persistence and the gust, but the flying slam goes in, he gets the ram off right there into the ice, prevent that from happening.
There's the Iron Shoulder from the previous counter.
Right there, really nicely done. So the Iron Shoulder, really well timed there right at the end to time it all out, because of the simple fact that when you're hit back by Iron Shoulder, there's a brief 1 second delay where you can't actually do anything. The knockback sort of staggers you. And that's the really big thing, and he gets that last bit of chip damage because Mr. B was way too low for that to really make the turnaround right there at the end.
That was so skillfully done. Since Zappish is so familiar with this matchup, and since with these sorts of spinner classes in general,
of course.
He knew that when you pulled him in with Rising Dragon, because the stun is applied at the same time as the pull, it doesn't actually go through if they're spinning.
Yes.
However, it does have that slight animation lock of them being pulled in, and the spin stops.
Yes.
So then he immediately used his Firestorm kick to actually go through with a stun anyway.
Yes.
And it's a bit of a cheap trick, but it's so damn good.
It's a really good one, just because it's another way to kind of stop, the Destroyer from spinning away all too much. You have that extra pull-in, which is really nice. It's obviously...
왕자님, 대체 무슨 일이십니까? 왕자님, 왕자님!
물러서라.
아니...
당장 물러서라. 손끝 하나라도 움직였다간 모두 내 손에 죽을 것이다.
어머니.
몸을 피하거라.
조심하십시오. 저자에게서 이상한 기운이.
걱정 말고 가거라. 곧 따라갈 테니. 이 정도로 내게 맞서려 한 것이냐?
이런 차린 공노할 짓을 보았나? 이럴 것이 아니라 서둘러 절대 훔칠 수 없다. 서두르자.
He's just gonna buy a little bit more time. Cooldown, see what he can do out here, but the Redskins is going to be keeping Mr. B rather safe against this blue buff and Tremor out from the side of Zapish. And, you know, honestly, the offensive play is just completely backfired.
It has indeed. Not again, man, not like this. Now Area's facing the same treatment that Yep did, but luckily he is able to get out of it just a little bit. The heal sanction actually not too bad, does heal him up a substantial amount, but now Zapish in, there's the Iron Shoulder. Excellent tech chase with the Searing Palm as well, forcing out a stealth. Zapish did avoid it with his strike, however. And now, flying slam onto Mr. B. Area's coming in with the big damage, but it's not going to be too much. Ryuki is there to save his ally. Now, Mr. B, big old destroyer in stealth. Zapish gets phased by the blitz, knocked up into the air. And now the wall bang begins!
Here comes the chains coming on down.
Oh no, he got out of it.
Oh,
actually
no,
he didn't!
1%.
Oh no!
Solo! Zapish got out.
1%,
there's
literally!
There's pixels there.
따라오게.
좌장군님 오셨습니까?
수고가 많네. 우장군 안에 있는가?
네, 집무실에 머물고 계십니다.
그 반용무가 있으니 어서 문을 열어주게.
네.
이곳에 오니 그나마 진정이 돼. 하나. 자, 들어가지. 대장군, 큰일 났네. 도대체 나라 꼴이 어찌 되어가는 건지.
도대체 이게 무슨 일이오? 좌장군님께 무슨 일이 있었어? 당장 그 말...
우장군, 믿기 어렵겠지만 이자의 말이 모두 사실이네. 이 두 눈으로 똑똑히 보았네. 황자와 황후의 실체를.
그게 정말 사실이란 말입니까?
자, 이걸 보게.
그렇다면 천인의 피를 지닌 그자는 어디에 있어? 지금 당장 그자를 만나봐야겠어.
이자가 공주님이 머물고 계신 곳을 알고 있네. 장군님! 아니, 자네가 여긴 웬일인가?
여기들 모여 있었군.
감히 겁도 없이.
반역자가 있다기에 모시러 왔소이다.
반역? 여기가 어디라고 함부로 입을 놀리는 것이냐?
아니, 죄가 없다면 이리 성을 낼 이유가 있습니까? 곧 다시 보게 될 거외다.
한밤중에 이게 무슨 기괴천만한 일이오?
저놈을 쫓아야 한다.
잠시 제 이야기를 먼저 이대로 나가는 것은 위험합니다. 지금 밖에 이게 다 제 탓입니다.
내 이놈들을 모조리 베어버리겠다.
장군님, 진정하십시오. 지금은 일단 안전한 곳에 잠시 피신해 계시는 것이.
이 싫다. 현세 총말 흥룡도래.
반역자들이 이곳에 다 모여 있었군.
당장 그 입을 다물어라.
반역자의 명령 따위를 들을 이유는 없을 것 같은데.
뭐든 뭐야? 모두 없애버려라.
살려둬라.
죽여주마.
저자는 생포해야 한다. 행여라도 도망칠 생각은
갈
마라.
곳은 없다.
날 잡아들인다고 해서 니놈
내 당장 이자의 목을 베어버리겠다.
이거 참 유감스럽게 됐군. 더러운 반역자 손에 목숨을 잃느니 스스로 자결하겠다.
좌장군님께서 우리는 군사부 장비가 미병 잠깐 이리 와보게.
네, 장군님. 허나
그럼 이만
이자에게 물러나겠습니다.
중앙 관문에 대해 설명해주게.
네, 알겠습니다.
대여, 대장님과 승 그럼 몸 조심하십시오.
조건이 맞지 않아 사용할 수 없습니다.
제발로 찾아와 주다. 그걸 너라고.
이제야 오는 거. 헌데 어찌 니 그럴 줄 알? 괜한 후회.
사부님,
이런
절대 부자의 뜻을
쥐새끼들.
따르지 마세요. 오빠, 저는 괜찮아요.
분명 경고했을 텐데. 자, 이제야 조금 말이 통하.
무신님께서 기다리고 계신다. 지금 즉시 무신님이 계신 천명재단으로.
모두 들어. 나 무신. 천인의 피, 신성한 천명제를 열고 문국의 새 주인이 될 것을 모두 앞에 공표한다.
좋은 먹잇감들이 찰떡이군. 좋은 먹잇감들이 찰떡이군.
이제 이곳은 저희에게 맡기고, 그러니 제 말을 믿고 이쪽입니다. 이쪽입니다. 저를 따라오십시오. 잠시 한 걸음 물러서 계십시오. 길을 터드리겠습니다. 그럼 부탁드립니다.
이제야 결심이 섰나 보군. 이제야 결심이 섰나 보군. 잘 생각해. 곧 이런 멍청한 것.
난 괜찮으니 절대로 굴복하지 말게.
날 원망하지 마라. 이 모든 것 다 어리석은 네 판단에 대한 결과다. 자, 또 한 번의 선택권을 주지. 어찌할 테냐?
안 돼요, 사부님!
그만하시죠. 당신은 무신님의 큰 뜻을 헤아릴 수 없습니다. 여기서 멈추지 않으면 저로서도 어쩔 수 없습니다. 몸 조심하십시오. 곧 제자들의 곁으로 보내드리도록 하겠습니다.
자네를 마주할 면목이 없네. 미안하네. 일이 모든 상황이
뭐라 위로의 말을 해야 할지 모르겠네. 자네의 눈에 빛. 훗날 내가 너무 늦었군. 고생 많으셨습니다, 대협. 부디 대협. 이 용맥을 이용하십시오.
사부님, 꿈속에서 언니, 사부님, 거짓말! 사부님은 거짓말쟁이야! 예전에 친친 오빠가 알려줬어요. 사부님, 비가 와요. 밖에 최진아 대장님이 준 보찜이 있는데 얼른 가야죠. 어쩔 텐데. 큰일이네. 사부님, 보찜이 다 젖어버렸어요. 네, 사부님. 비 때문에 젖었을지도 모르는 물건들이 망가지진 않았겠죠? 물건들이 망가지진 않았겠죠? 사부야, 그동안 고생이 많았어. 이제부턴 공문파의 맏형인 나한테 맡기라고. 사부, 이 오빠 밥은 먹고 다니는 거지? 너무 보고 싶다.
사부님은 언제나 제 마음속에 1등이세요. 고맙습니다.
사부, 사랑해요. 사부님, 울지 마세요. 사부님이 울고 있는 걸 보면 하늘에 있는 언니 오빠들은 더 마음이 아플 거예요. 그래서 서연이는 슬퍼서 언니 오빠들 듣고 있어? 사부님, 그리고 또 사부님도 서연이가 꼭 지켜줄게요.